Good morning, sweet faces. Let's take a look at this week's homework where we were looking at our expressions and like terms. For our first one, we were sharing out our 8 with everything inside, being very careful to look at our signs. 8 times 4 is 32, bring your A. 8 times 3 is 24, bring your B, make it negative. And 8 times 2 is 16. A and B are different variables. 16 is just a number or a constant. So that is our final form. Over here, again, sharing our 5 with everything inside, watching our signs. 5 times 6 is 30, bring your M. 5 times 2 is 10, bring your N. 5 times 8 is 40, make it negative. Down here, sharing with everything inside. 9 times 2 is 18x. 9 times 5 is 45y. 9 times 3 is 27, but make it negative. Over here, we only have one negative sign. 4 times 3 is 12. Bring your P. 4 times 4 is 16. Q, it is negative. And 4 times 5 is 20. Last one's on this page. Again, sharing with everything inside. 3 times 5 is 15A. 5 times 2 is 6B, but negative. And then 3 times 7 is 21. Last one over here, making sure we're sharing with everything inside. 6 times 4 is 24. Bring your M. 6 times 1, because we just have that letter there, that variable. So we have 1N. 6 times N is negative 6N. And then 6 times 6 is 36. That brings us to the end of page 1. Bring your questions to class. Same thing over here in that we are expanding or sharing with everything inside. 5 times 2 is 10. P. 5 times 3 is 15. Q. 5 times 1 is 5, but make it negative. Over here, 7 and 3 is 21x. 7 and 4 is 28y, but negative. And then 7 times 8 is 56. Downtown, 4 times 5 is 20m. 4 times 3 is 12n, but negative. And then 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 6 is 12a, 2 times 4 is 8b, and negative 10 brings us in for that one. Down here, one negative in the back. 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 7 is 21, and then 3 times 6 is 18, making sure that our variables come with us. Over here, sharing everything inside. 8 times 3 is 24, 5 times 8 is 40, 8 times 1 is 8, and that 40 is negative because of this negative sign there. That is the end of our page 2. As always, questions, bring them with you. All right, these got a little bit more complex because we had 2 different areas that needed to be shared out or distributed, and then we had some terms that could be combined. So starting up here, we have 18. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 4, making sure all of our letters are there. Our negativity is there as well. Then we're going to put like and like together. So my 18m and my negative 4m. My 12n, which is negative, and my positive 4n. 18 minus 4 opposite signs is 14. 12 minus 4 is 8. It's negative because the bigger number is negative. This is where we stop. Over here we have 12p, 3q, negative 4p, and 8q. Like and like, 12p and negative 4p, 3q and positive 8q. 12 minus 4 is 8, bigger number is positive, and then 3 plus 8 is 11. They're both positive. Down here, 5 times 2 is 10, 2 times 1 is 2, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. Negative and negative for both of those terms, and then we're bringing like and like. So we have 10a and negative 4a. We have 8b and negative 2b. Doesn't matter the order that you put them in. I just pulled them down because I like to have the negative in the back. 10 minus 4 is 6, but it's positive. 8 minus 2 is 6, but it's positive. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2, but make it negative. 2 times 3 is 6. 15x and negative 2y, 5y, and 6. Oop, that should be a y. 15 minus 2 is 13. 5 plus 6 is 11. And again, this should be a y. I got in the end zone there. All right. 7 times 4 is 28m. 7 times 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Keeping our negative where it needs to be. 18 minus 3 is 25, bigger numbers positive. 7 plus 3 is 10, and they are both positive. Over here, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, negatives where they need to be, 12p and negative 5p, 10q and negative 8q, 12 minus 5 is 7, bring your p, 10 minus 8 is 2, bring your q. Questions? You know what to do. All right. 4 times 6 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Negative where it needs to be. 24x and negative 4x. 6y and 6y. They are both the same. 24 minus 4 is 20. Keep it positive. 2 plus 2, or 6 plus 6 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 15a and negative 4a, we subtract them for 11a. 8a minus 3a, we subtract them for 5b. I need to slow my brain down. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 14p, negative 3p. 14 minus 3 is 11. 7q, 6q. 7 plus 6 is 13. Bring your q. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 1 negative. 5m and 6m and negative 5m, we subtract them, leaving us with just the m. You could put 1m, but proper is just to leave the exponent or the variable. 2 plus 20 is 22. Bring your n. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 negatives here and here. You could do keep, change, change. You could leave it that way. You're going to see down here, I brought it down as a negative, doing that keep, change, change. 24x, negative 6x, subtract, bigger number's positive. 4y, 2y, subtract, bigger number is negative. 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 1 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 1 negative. 10a minus 6a is 4a. 5b plus 9b is 14b. Questions on page 4? Bring them. Hanging out in the same space. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 1 negative. 15 minus 4 is 11. Bigger numbers positive. 10 plus 4 is 14. Both numbers are positive. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 negative. 12 minus 5 is 7. Bigger numbers positive. 6 plus 10 is 16. Both numbers are positive. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 negative. 8 minus 6 is 2. Bigger numbers positive. 2 plus 12 is 14. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 negatives. 10 minus 3 is 7. Bigger numbers positive. 5 minus 6, or 6 minus 5, is 1, or just the q. Bigger number is positive. Over here, it's 12. Ooh, rewind. 3 times 4 is 12. There we go. But I just lost it. Final answer. Okay. 4 times 2 is 8. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 12 minus 6, because we have 2 negatives here. Leave 6 and it's positive. 8 minus 6 is 2. Bigger number is negative. Questions? Whoop, we didn't do this one. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 negatives. Again, similar to one of the past questions, you can keep, change, change. You're going to see I brought it down as a negative. 15x, 4x, subtract for 11. 6 minus 12 is 6, and it's positive. Now we can move on to our last page. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 negative. 12 minus 10 is 2. Keep it positive. 6 plus 5 is 11. 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 3 is 6, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. 2 negatives, 10 minus 4 is 6, keep it positive, 6 minus 8 is 2, keep it positive. Again, those bigger numbers tell us what to do. 3 times 4 is 12, 5 times 4 is 20, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 negatives, 12 minus 4 is 8, keep it positive. 20 minus 2 is 18, keep it negative. 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 1 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9. We have 1 negative, 12 minus 3 is 9, bigger is positive. 6 plus 9 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 1 is 5. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 4 is 12, 1 negative. 10 minus 3 is 7. Keep it positive. 5 plus 12 is 17. Over here, 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 1 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. We have 2 negatives. 28 minus 2 is 26, but it's positive. 7 minus 6 is 1, or just the B, but it's negative. That brings us to the end. As always, questions, bring it with you.